Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Today we're going to take a look at the Columbia River knife and tool Squid. Yep, Squid. Now I have heard that this very stout, short, heavy frame lock knife, when you hold it this way, it looks like a squid just without its tentacles. Yeah. Anyway, it's called the Squid. Now, blade length is going to be just over 2 inches. Overall length is going to be just over 5.5 inches. So this is actually a really good knife if you live in a jurisdiction that is very restrictive on blade length. Now, as far as the marketing on this little guy, yeah. Well, here's the concept. You know how a compact pistol nowadays can easily be pressed into service as a good alternative to a full-size pistol under certain circumstances? For example, if both of them are chambered for the same caliber, if both of them are used for real-world civilian self-defense encounters. Yeah, a compact pistol can definitely be pressed into service and do an excellent job compared to its full-size counterpart under certain circumstances. For example, a very compact and thinner Glock Model 43 compared to its bigger brother, the Glock Model 17, can absolutely do the same thing that a Glock Model 17 can do, as long as we're talking about the vast majority of real-world self-defense encounters involving a pistol in a defender's hands. Yes, the compact pistol concept works great with, well, pistols. And obviously a Glock Model 43 is going to be a lot more concealable than a Glock Model full-size 17. That concept, yeah, that doesn't work with knives. I'm sorry, no. That's just some weird marketing. It does not work with knives. Take a look at that blade profile. Yeah. Technically, that's the same blade profile that you'll find on a K-Bar Becker Model 9. And I own a couple of those. Yeah. If you've ever seen a Becker Model 9, you know there is absolutely no way this little guy is going to come even remotely close to handling the type of cutting chores that you would expect that modern day Bowie knife to be able to tackle. So CRKT's whole compact knife concept as related to compact pistols, yeah, just a little silly if you ask me. But let's take a look at this knife on its own merits, ignoring the rather ridiculous marketing hype. So on this end, we have a lanyard. Now that bit of metal that you can see in between the two handle scales, I'm not quite sure what that is, and that information is not on CRKT's official website. I have heard that this portion here is actually aluminum. Maybe it is, but again, I'm not sure. Anyway, considering the very short length of this handle, yeah, you're going to want to use some sort of paracord lanyard on the end of this thing. But as you can see, that is a nice, thick, stout, well, housing for the lanyard hole. Overall, though, open pillar construction, as you can see here. Frame lock works very well. Absolutely no play side to side, up and down. This is a well-made, stout, thick frame lock knife. The clip is a very low profile clip. Although it's one position tip up only. Yep. It's on the right side handle scale, tip up carry only. You can't even reverse it onto the other side, which is perfectly fine if you like tip up carry and you're right-handed. Now, ironically, it does have ambidextrous thumb studs, which to me makes no sense on a frame lock knife because, yeah, frame lock knife, clip one position only, why bother with dual thumb studs? I mean, if you're left-handed, this probably is not the knife for you. So, not quite sure why they put dual thumb studs on there, but they did. Now, on this portion, you have some rounded off jimping, and that jimping, it does feel good. But here's the problem. This handle will accommodate 3 fingers. Keep in mind, again, I wear large size gloves. So this handle will accommodate 3 fingers, but the problem is when I grip it, there's my thumb in front of the jimping. So it makes no sense that the jimping is back here. The only way I can utilize the jimping is to use a 2-finger grip on the handle and move back a bit. This feels awkward. It definitely feels better getting the first 3 fingers of my hand around that handle with my thumb on top, but again, in front of the jimping. So, yeah, just poor placement there. Now, like I said, a knife this size would be great in a lot of very restrictive jurisdictions. But there's another problem. Check out that blade shape. It's symmetrical. So even though this is a single-edged knife with a very short, stout blade, the problem is that blade is symmetrical. So this is going to run afoul of dirk and dagger laws, which are unfortunately very common in very restrictive jurisdictions that also limit the length of the blade. So on the one hand, in terms of size, you have a really good option for an EDC knife in very restrictive jurisdictions, but in terms of blade shape, you have a horrible option. So even though the size is right, the blade shape might be wrong. Again, it's been my experience that very restrictive jurisdictions also have rather vague dirk and dagger laws. And oftentimes, if that blade shape is symmetrical, as it is on the Squid, then this thing is going to cause you some problems. Overall, though, I do like the knife. Now, I have heard one individual say, oh, because of its small size and looks, this would be a great knife to use at the office. I have to disagree. Modern day office setting, if we're talking anything bigger than a Victorinox classic penknife, best not to pull it out at your desk. Now, when I look at this knife, I see an overall excellent mundane chores knife. This is definitely tough enough with that nice thick frame lock that you can use this for a number of different cutting tasks. Lightweight, medium weight, maybe even a couple of heavier cutting chores. This would make an absolutely excellent mundane chores knife around the house. The price isn't too bad either, at around $23. And again, specs in the description box below, as usual. So overall, I really like this knife. If you're looking for a very stout, very capable, mundane chores knife, maybe a good short EDC knife, this would make a really good choice, especially for the price. Now, the Squid is also available with 3 oval holes cut into the handle. That reduces the weight just a little bit because this is a bit of a heavy knife for its size. It reduces the weight and gives you a little bit more secure grip. Now, these handle scales and the blade are supposed to be stonewashed, but as you can see, plenty of reflections. Yeah, so not the best stonewash job out there, but quite good, and it is a rather handsome looking knife. Now, the Squid is also available in a black stonewashed finish. Normally, I like a black stonewashed finish on a knife that is all metal, including the handle, but that type of finish just doesn't look good on this particular design. That's why I picked the silver tone stonewash finish. I mean, really, overall, a good, small, stout, tough frame lock knife. Not exactly ideal, but if you're looking for something like that, this is going to be a good choice. All right, guys, that's it for today. Please continue to stay safe. I'll see you soon. Take care.